All right. Okay, hi, and welcome to the Waters live stream. I'm afraid we're going to have to wait a moment because I don't understand the program, and I think there's another stream that's happening somewhere. So hopefully people will find this one. I don't know what to do about that. It's unclear, and I'm not high tech. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead and ask questions. I'm going to pull cards for each of the, I'm going to do the 9-card spread real quick for each of the signs of the zodiac covering this energy. We have a lot going on this week. We have that full moon new moon that's happening in Leo, and it's very intense, and it's going to be squared off with a bunch of high energy coming in from what's going on over in Taurus. And so how do we use that energy to manifest? How do we get that energy to best work for us? And so I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards for each of the signs. I'm going to do them in the order of the elements as spirit directed. And so I will take questions at the end of the stream if you're still here and you want to leave your questions. Also, if you watched my video yesterday, then you will know that you were able to leave questions there. So I will definitely start with answering those questions. So please let me know where it is that you are from, and we'll pull cards. So say hi. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get started with what's happening here. So we're going to start with Taurus. We're going to start with Taurus. We're going to pull the 9-card spread. If you've not seen my 9-card spread before, it's pretty, it covers a lot of things. It really does bring in a lot of things. So hi and welcome. Who are you and where are you from? And what sign are you? I'm going to take a look at the energy for what is going on, starting with the sign of Taurus. They've got the North Node in their sign with Uranus conjunct the North Node, conjunct Mars, and this is going to be really intense when it squares against this new moon. So wow, it's action time. So the key to the situation here is this getting ready to take action. This is the energy of the masculine. So, but he's standing at the starting gate. It's almost as though you're waiting for this event to let you know what it is that you need to do in order to move forward. Yep. Okay. Wow. All right. Overall energy for Taurus here we have is the mountain. So, or is that the clouds? Oh, it's the clouds. Okay. So it's confusion. That makes more sense. All right. So you have this confusion. It's hard right now. It's hard to figure it all out because we've got Neptune clouding up things and making it complicated. And so here you've been sitting here in your thoughts, trying to receive information, trying to have information to come in and figure out what it is that you're going to do. This has been kind of challenging because in the area of where it is that you are feeling stressed out, and it's in the strategy. It's almost as though you're trying to listen to spirit, trying to figure out what needs to be done, trying to listen through the heart space, but there's a lot of confusion, and it feels like you are, it feels like really heavy. It's a heavy, misty, murky energy, like you just wish that the information would feel more clear. And the challenge has been the key. And the key is, when do you move and what do you move? Like I've been trying to tell all my fixed sign friends, especially the Taurus, especially Taurus, and then they seem to be having the hardest time with this. It's move or get moved. It's move or get moved. Uranus is going to, with Mars right there, it is going to push things. I think you've been feeling the need, been wanting to take the risk. And I think what's holding you back is the sense of loss that you have. But it is very much a long way to change that will transform the situation. There is movement forward, and it looks like in a couple of different areas of your life. So it could be that you're trying to move things forward, and maybe that's what's causing all the murkiness. Is almost what they're showing me now are these cogs. So like they're like inside of a clock, you know how the cogs will turn and they'll turn and they'll turn. And it's kind of like as it's spinning through, one moves the other, one moves the other one. And so it's almost like it sets off a chain reaction. And you're sitting here impatiently waiting, feeling really burdened by what is the time and when do I move. And what's really concerning you is somewhere in the area around feeling abundant and feeling financially abundant, and also God, it feels like there's this energy of your sense of pride is very much a concern. And so here we have the garden. It's at night, and it's the statue, right? And so it's like, I'm waiting. He's looking to the future. Will I still be in an elevated position? Will I still, as Taurus, when I start making these changes, will I still feel like I'm in authority, I'm in power? Will people look up to me? And some reason that's really concerning you. But what's really great is that in the heart space, you have all this abundance coming in. So much abundance coming in, so much of an opportunity here for you. The outcome card here you have, it's the moon. This moon in Lenormand is about, it's about your emotions and your intuition. But she's staring at the moon, and it'll be right after the new moon when things start to develop. I think as things start pulling on, I want to pull some cards for you to kind of figure out what I see here. How do you shape your destiny? I think it comes down to you following your intuition. You've been struggling to do this, but I think you figure out how. I think that brings in the clarity. And I think that there's a need to accept that not everybody is going to like what you choose to do, but you need to move through it anyway. You need to follow your intuition. You need to follow your guidance. You need to follow what will bring you the joy and the happiness, because the abundance in the heart space will be greatly increased by that. And so I really want to encourage you to take the opportunity to consider how can you best help yourself. You have the Scorpio card. Scorpio is in the South Node, poses your sign, right? And it's called rebirth. So it's actually hell, Hel, and going through this desert. I feel like, Taurus, you're going to feel like you've been to hell and back. And in the end, it will be worth it. But I think that along the way, you're going to feel very much like everything is playing against you, and that it's very difficult, and it's very hard, and it's a very heavy burden, kind of like the 10 of Wands. But you're almost there, and you need to keep going. You need to keep going, but it doesn't look easy. The good news is the North Node in your sign, as it moves past that energy, it gets easier. But right now, at this point in time where it's squaring off with that new moon, it is a struggle to take the appropriate action, but it is definitely the way to go. Okay, so next we have Virgo. So let's take a look at Virgo and what it is that you can do at this point in time to shape your destiny. So Taurus, just to wrap it up for you, to make that really clear, you're going to want to summon your courage, summon your power, summon your willpower, and take that first big giant leap, that step. I want to say it's like the Fool card, and step off the cliff and go for it. I feel like Spirit has your back. All right, Virgo. So you, Virgo, the key to your situation here is we have the Tower. And so the Tower in Lenormand is different. The Tower is a higher perspective. It's safety, it's protection. It's like if you work for a big entity, like you work for the U.S. government or something like that. It's a large, or Amazon, some big business. And so, but the key in the heart space means that here in this reading, this is going to mean the key to success is you taking a higher vantage point of you really looking from a distance and seeing the lay of the land and seeing what the big picture is, so that you know, oh, you got the abundance card coming in the space too, so that you know which way to go. Okay. Overall energy here, we do have the card of movement, the ship. So this is using your intuition, allowing it to guide you through the waters, allowing it to steer you through so that you know which way that it is that you're going, allowing you to find and navigate your way by moving slowly. So this is not charging off. In order to transform the situation, again, we have this card of movement, but it feels more like moving, yes, but moving slowly. So the big transformation has been what's been on your mind. You've been spending a lot of time thinking about what needs to end in order to move something forward. There is a release and a letting go that is happening here. You know, one of the people that left a private message for me, well, she left it on the channel. I believe she said, yes, she said Sun in Taurus, Moon in Virgo. And so there's so this burden card that's at the end. This is also the card of healing, but it taking time. And so I think that Jane, you're going to find that comes up in your answer later. Okay, so this is an ending that happened that was very difficult, and not necessarily something that you wanted to do. The obstacle has been around the home, matters of the home, and how do you manage this energy, and how do you push through in a way that creates stability in the home, that creates the abundance that you're looking for. And the problem has been is that you do not have all the information. The Book of Secrets is closed here in the challenge position, but I feel this new moon starts to illuminate. So the moon is conjunct the sun, and it's in Leo. And so that's a lot of light shining on a situation. And we do have the sun showing up here for your advice card, which is great. So this means that she's sitting and watching the sun come up. So it is almost like sitting and waiting for a brighter day, waiting for better energy, waiting for more information. And I think it is in the quiet and the stillness of allowing things to unfold before you that you find it. And you need to seek the happiness. In the area of abundance, we have a bouquet of flowers. This is happiness. This is finding the joy in the every now moment and collecting this all up. And I think that leads to this abundance that you feel in the heart space. But right now, there is this sitting and waiting and moving through the difficult energy. So this is very difficult energy, but allowing yourself to count your blessings, actively counting your blessings, will help to ease that burden for you. So here, look, we have the coming to life. It's going to take time. It's going to take time for things to feel a new normal. It feels like a new normal, right? We've got the sad embrace into the coming to life. And so it is that sitting there, and look how much these two look the same. And so it is going ahead and sitting there and allowing yourself to move through this energy and, I don't know, embrace the moment, and know that the future is brighter. Wow, we have reinvention, domesticity, justice, and release. There is something around the home that has to be let go of so that you can reinvent and bring it into balance. That's what this justice is. It's Matt. Matt is all about the karmic balance and the justice. And as long as you are doing things with a pure heart, with good intentions, and focusing on the good things, you'll move through this energy. All right, let's take a look at what is going on for Capricorn next. I wonder if they're all upside down. Okay, Capricorn. So how are you doing? How's it going out there? I have, my channel is Moonlit Waters. So I have on Facebook, every day I do little readings for the energy of the day. If you want to come and check that out. It's a very nice little community in there. Okay, so Capricorn. Capricorn, what is the advice for Capricorn to help them to move through this very difficult energy that we have coming up at the end of this week here? As we move into that, through the new moon into that square of this exact conjunction. The last time that we had an exact conjunction of the North Node in Taurus with Uranus was in 180 AD. So it has been, or CE, it depends on what you use. It has been a while. All right, so the key to the situation has to do with what feels like home to you. What feels like home is really huge. And for some reason, you've been having difficulty tapping into your intuition. Everything has felt very cloudy, very confused. You've got news and information coming in, though, that should help to what? It's like you're waiting for this news and information. And I don't know if it actually gets here. Okay, so the outgoing card here is the Book of Secrets, but it's closed. And the action here is the letter. To clarify that Book of Secrets, the happiness card came out. All right. Here's what needs to be transformed. There's a situation where people are talking and no one's listening. And so I actually think that what they're trying to suggest to you is if you have a situation around the family, around the home, something where you need to communicate to someone, maybe what you really need to do is to put it in writing, because people are not listening to each other. It seems like you get into a repetition, a cycle where things go round and round and round, and it doesn't actually provide any clarity. In the recent past, there's been something about your reputation that you've been thinking about it, and you're trying to figure out, how can I resolve my reputation? And you've been trying to follow along with your intuition to figure out what is the best way forward to do this. And there's been a lot of confusion around this situation. In the area of financial abundance, so you have tremendous growth. So I'm just trying to figure out why. Okay, so this conjunction is happening. If you were Capricorn rising, it would be in your 5th house of creativity and children. And so it could be like, this looks like kids not listening. In the area of the heart space, though, we have the sun. And I really think like this feels like you bring in the happiness by maybe you providing the answers to someone else who didn't have the answers. So it might be, sometimes it's just easier to, even like with a marital partner, to step back and to write letters to each other to clarify, to clear things up, because then you have time to sit and think about it and you can respond instead of reacting. For others of you, I think that there is a possibility that a relationship is going to be torn apart. This could be a legal document coming in, divorce papers. We have the coming apart card. We have all this anger, this energy here. It's really difficult energy. Okay, this situation, it is going to transform. You have the card transformation, and we have inner peace. And this is what this looks like. It's inner peace. And I think that you're thinking about, this could be your health. This could be family abundance. This is stability. I think there's a lot going on here. I want to pull more cards. It really feels like it's relationship oriented. And I want to get you a better piece of advice on what you can do with your energy to shape your destiny around this situation in a way that really benefits you. We have the worthiness card, the self-respect, and the compatibility. If there's a situation that you need to walk away from, it's because you're walking towards something that's much better. It is possible that you're learning of somebody else who is separating, and maybe you're walking toward a relationship with that person. It really depends on what your situation is and how this looks, but it does look like eventually there's a lot of self-peace, inner peace and self-respect that comes from this. I really want to encourage you to take the high ground and to remember that your heart, your home, where you feel at home in your heart is what is key to the success here. So, all right, we're going to move on. That was tough. All right, next up is water signs. We have Pisces next. All right, so Pisces. We're going to switch decks. I have this really cute little deck that's all like sea and ocean and stuff like that for the water signs that we're going to use. Okay, Pisces. How can you use this energy, Pisces? Oh, you see you have the Tower also, the higher perspective. That's going to be the key to the situation. You've been thinking about how to create stability. Where can I find the light for that? There we go. We have the anchor. All right. How do you transform the situation? So you have two cards that came out. One of them is the dog of loyalty, only in this case it's a sea lion. And we have the mountain. Being loyal to what you love. So again, the way over this mountain is going to be through being playful. So not taking everything so seriously, by being able to take that higher perspective to be able to see what's going on. But you do need to watch your finances, okay? So we have the mice in the house of where the finances are. And so there's a need to shore up your financial situation. Do a deep dive into your spirit's funny, into your financial situation. Where are you leaking money? This is a very practical advice kind of thing for you, Pisces. So there's a lot of confusion. We have the clouds for the overall energy, and with the clouds there and the overall energy and this financial situation going on here in the area of wow, it's almost like your assets got frozen. It's almost like you don't know. Look, if you don't take apart your finances for yourself and take a look at them and know where everything is and where the money is and where it's going, it's really hard to figure it out. And in this time where we have so much that we're dealing with on the financial situation that's constantly in flux, there's a need to be very, very aware of where your money is. Okay, right. All right. So yes, there's a need for you to really connect in with where your finances are and what it is you need. You've got protect the petals. Now is not the best time for big purchases or big money decisions. And we have the millionaire to prosper and grow financially. Think like a millionaire. It opens the pathway of ideas and inspiration for success. Here, the action to take is to really get into the finances. It's the message in the bottle. So what it is, it's a scroll that's all tied up and it's locked up in this bottle and it's been thrown. There's a need to do that deep dive, to go down into your finances and see what is going on so that you can figure out there is a situation around money that is not good, because in the area of the obstacle, we have the tree. That means there's no growth going on. And in the heart space, there's this frozen masculine energy. So not taking action and looking to the future, but being like frozen in place. So I really want to encourage you to get into your finances, take a look at what you have, what your actual needs are. I think it's almost as though you've been playing around and it's time to get a little more serious and create a better financial sense of stability for yourself so that you can progress forward. So Pisces, to shape your destiny, you are going to need to know where the money is. You're going to need to know where the money is so you can make appropriate choices and decisions based on actual information. You got to have information. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, South Node is in Scorpio. It is squaring this new moon and opposing the North Node, conjunct Uranus, conjunct Mars over there in Taurus. And so this is really tough energy that you have going on there. Really tough energy. So let's see what Scorpio needs to do. Okay, wow. Scorpio. Scorpio, in the area of your heart, there is an, wow. It's just Spirit's throwing stuff at me here. Look, in the area of the heart space, the key to the situation is movement forward. We've got this masculine energy that is frozen and the ship right on top of it, which means where you've been holding yourself frozen in place and not wanting to open up your heart. This is about opening up your heart because you're going to transform the situation by getting in touch with your intuition. And the intuition, the information comes to you through your heart space. And so there's a real need to do this. And it's because you have to let go of something. There's a major ending here because in the area of the action to take, we have the coffin. And so this is about letting go what doesn't work. The obstacle has been the rods. And the rods usually means repetition. But in this particular deck, they use a can't see if that you can see it. It's a fishing rod. So it's casting out. And so the problem has been that you've been frozen and either you're not catching what you want, not getting the information you want, not pulling in the abundance that you want, although the abundance is growing. In the place of financial abundance, you're doing just fine. So this is more around trying to make a change, almost like it feels like, oh gosh, like you're in the dark and you're just like you're blindfolded in the dark and you're trying to find your way out of a well-lit space. And if you would take off the blindfold, you could probably see the way forward. But you're choosing to not do that for some reason. There is a message that's coming in, and it's coming in through the heart space. Here we have the letter again, the message in the bottle, but it's in the heart space moving forward. And the outgoing card is so lovely. You have the dog of loyalty, and this dog is grounded, and this dog is sitting there and waiting with the life preserver. There is somebody in your energy that is waiting to help you. So if this, it doesn't look like it's financial because finances look good. So there is some kind of a long-awaited change in the heart space, and it's time to get moving on it because we have a stork here in the area of difficulty. So there is somebody, there's a family member, there's a friend, there's somebody who will have your back when you make the choice and decision to transform this situation for yourself. Let's get a little bit of guidance for you on this. But Scorpio, opening up the heart space and allowing the transformation to happen. And the moon is also about cycles. And so because it's that full moon and you've got the South Node in your sign, sorry, my nose starts itching when Spirit's got something to say. It's got something to do with this eclipse season. When we went through that full moon eclipse in Scorpio in the middle of May, it probably set off a chain of events that has been progressing forward. And you have magic of prayer. Spirit's got your back. lean into that energy and understand that things that are happening right now are not happening to you. They're happening for you. They're here to help you to move forward. And so there is a relationship, and it could be with a family member. It could be with a friend. It could be, it feels very relationship oriented that needs to be let go of in order to move things forward for yourself. What was the overall energy? The overall energy is sitting there looking sad and disappointed. A small child, the inner child is not feeling satisfied. Your life is just not fun enough. And you have the power to make it more fun by releasing and letting go of something that has been holding you back. And I am confident that whatever it is, you already know what it is. This is not a surprise. There's been a lot of pressure being put on all of the fixed signs: Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus. They're under so much pressure this year. And so I'm sure you know what it is that is coming at you. So I don't know if anybody's commenting. I don't know if it's frozen and not happening, but there was this notification that came in and it's totally hiding it. Okay, let's see what's going on for Cancer. All right, Cancer. What is the guidance and the information for Cancer on how to best use this energy to really shape their destiny and to move things in the way that is very beneficial for them? The nice thing about the initiating signs and the mutable signs is they're not getting hit as hard with this energy as the fixed signs are. So let's just see what we have here. Okay, so in the heart space, we have like twin flame energy. Seriously, a really close friend, a soulmate. It is the inner child, but it's the divine masculine and divine feminine of it. And so that is about, wow, you got some real healing in the heart space here. Okay, so finances are tight for you though. So again, same advice that I would have given Pisces is that you definitely want to be paying attention to your financial situation and allowing things to go there. All right, again, we have the sitting and waiting for something to happen, something to change, something to shift. The little boy energy, like, nothing ever happens good for me. Okay, in the area of where you're struggling, it's around having fun. It's the seal again. It's the playful energy. It's just kind of lacking. And the key to the situation is connecting in with like-minded souls and going out and having some fun again. It allows you to bring in the healing, because here in your thoughts, you've been kind of like stuck in your head, frozen and looking to the past. And Cancer has a tendency to do that, right? I'm not knocking on Cancer. I have so many Cancer placements, including my son. And so there's this tendency to get a little stuck, a little frozen, looking to the past. But the thing is that the joy and the happiness is when this is that one feminine energy, and this feminine energy is the energy of moving forward and receiving, right? The feminine energy receives, the masculine energy takes the action. And so being open to receive, you're getting some kind of a message coming in. The message in the bottle showing up here. And it allows and creates growth in the heart space. So I think that having fun with your friends, doing things, if they say, hey, let's go do something, let's go have some fun, I think you should take them up on it. I think that you should be open to, like, all right, yeah, let's go do something. So putting a little more joy and happiness into your life by choice and creating that sense. I want to take a look here if we can get some guidance on this for you. Now, the financial aspect, again, there's a financial burden. There's lots of ways to have fun that doesn't cost a lot of money. Okay, don't go blowing your budget and making things worse, because there is a little tightening there. So divine timing is at play here. We have cicada. Every 17 years the cicada like come to life and they mate a lot and make a lot of noise, and then they go back to sleep. So it's timing, protection, and emergence. My sense of timing is in harmony with the universe. So allowing yourself to be in flow, allowing yourself to feel your way through this. Cancer, that is your superpower. So go ahead and utilize your superpower, but don't settle. Allow this healing to happen. Okay, so Cancer season was really tough on Cancers. Really tough. There was a lot going on astrologically, and it was banging on all of the stuff going on in Cancer, and it was difficult. And now that the sun has moved into Leo, it does make it easier. It's kind of like we get to dry our eyes, shake it off, and we get to step out into the sun and start playing. And so go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. All right. We have Aquarius next. I'm going to change decks again for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, this is, again, a fixed sign. You're getting squared by the North Node and the South Node, and that North Node is conjunct your ruling planet of Uranus, conjunct Mars, and it is squaring, they're squaring the new moon, but you are opposing it. And so this is, again, really tough energy. And here in the key to the situation is finding the joy and the happiness in your heart, being willing to step into your heart space and find that joy and find that happiness. You've been trying to figure out how to move things forward. Look, what transforms the situation is the sun. Now, the sun could be because it's Leo season. The sun could also be about something new, and also shining the light on it and getting, literally physically getting out into the sunlight. You have the stars, which is kind of like your card, showing up here in finances, which is beautiful. So that is about setting your goals, having a little bit of clarity, but definitely moving toward them. I think things are really looking up for you. I think so it's news and information and things coming to light that's really going to help you here, because in the area of where you've been kind of struggling a little bit, the book of knowledge is open. I almost feel like you've been telling, that seems weird. Would that be right? Almost as though you've been giving out too much information about yourself, and somebody's been taking advantage of it, or you've been seeking news and information and it's coming in. So maybe the struggle was finding enough information. You have a big transformation going on in the heart space, but you have the snake there. And the snake, I just want to get the rest of the cards before I decide if I think that snake there is good or it's bad. Because to me, the snake is about, generally, I think of it as good transformation. But this is a python, and a cobra, and he is up and he's getting ready to strike. The outcome card is luck, though, the clover. And you have a lot of growth happening here. You have this masculine energy, but it's like this emperor, and it's this growth energy. And so there's an opportunity to really move things forward and grow in the joy and the happiness. So the snake. I want to get some clarity on the snake. What does this snake mean in the heart space? What does the snake mean in this heart space? We're going to use the love oracle cards for this. Seems appropriate. Is the snake a good thing or a bad thing? I can't tell. It could also be the end of a situation with a snake. It's the Kundalini energy rising. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is wonderful. Okay, so look, you have the card of, you can't even tell. You have the card of unconditional love that came through. I'm trying to find the place where the light doesn't reflect off of this. Okay, it says love. It says unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. And if you put this with the snake that is rising up, that's the Kundalini energy rising. There is somebody, wow, that is really lighting you up. That is so nice. What was the overall energy here? Coffin. So I think you've been struggling to get, here we have the letters and the books, both in the area where the struggle is. I think getting the information has been difficult, but I think the transformation here, the coffin here, this is the house of the coffin. And so this is the transformation. There is sunlight. There's information, there's clarity that comes through, which allows you to take divinely guided action toward growth. And then you end up with this luck and this happiness with the star cards and the abundance and the Kundalini energy rising. So Aquarius, so far you are definitely winning the readings tonight. Nobody else has had that good of a reading. That's amazing. All right, so let's move on. That was fabulous. All right, next we have Libra. All right, so Libra. So Libra, this energy, it's hitting you at such a weird angle on so many things. I think it is almost helps you to figure out what is just and what is right and what you need to do. But there's some uncomfortable, itchy energy around it. Kind of itchy, so we have it. So Venus rules your sign in Taurus, and Taurus is where all the stuff is happening, and Taurus is in what we call a quincunx from you. And that is kind of like the energy of, if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about, when the kids are like, mom, 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 and you're trying to talk to your friend or finish up a business phone call. It's like this irritating thing that wants your attention, and at some point you're going to have to stop what you're doing. My kids, like, if that was happening with me and they couldn't get my attention, all of a sudden they'd be like, Maggie, because mom wouldn't be working. So something's trying to get your attention here, and let's just see what it is. In the area of the heart space, okay, so you have big movement going on here. All right, the overall energy here, it's interesting. You have the ship, that's movement forward, but the key to the situation is the anchor. So let's just see if you are dragging the anchor here, or if you should put down. No, you should not. I don't think. Lots of information coming in. Lots of information. Trying to get clarity for everybody this year right now. So hard. Neptune in retrograde is just making everything intuitively murky and really hard to pull all the energy. And the struggle has been completing a cycle. We have the coffin. The struggle has been transforming a situation that is in a community setting, because here the transformation card, we have the garden, and this card is definitely about the community and where the growth is and where you fit into a community that's moving forward. And this is definitely about divine timing. The action forward here, we have the moon card, but it has a stopwatch in it. And so there is a divine timing aspect of when do I pull anchor and move forward. And I think it's been about waiting for the information and the clarity to come in, because in the area of where things have been a little difficult, we have the sun. And so not enough information, not enough clarity, not enough light coming in, but you have all your hopes and your goals and your dreams that you've been focusing on, which is beautiful. And in the area of finances, there's the rider, and the rider here looks like a lot of growth and fast movement. And this is an opportunity to really expand and explode somewhere, but you're waiting on the timing, and it's coming. That is what is beautiful. I think that this actually provides you with the information that you need in order to move things forward, because we have in the heart space, we have letter. And so that's information coming in that feels good in the heart space. So if you've been waiting for a loan to come in, if you've been waiting for a job that you have applied for, if you've been waiting for a legal document, because we have the birds, and it's the bird here is a hawk, but this hawk is protection, and this hawk is a messenger, and this hawk is, he's predatory. He goes after what he wants, and he gets it. And so I feel like Spirit's got your back, and you're going to get what it is that you want here. Just trying to really clarify this for you, because I feel like whatever it is that you are seeking, whatever information that you are looking for, that you've been kind of sitting in the harbor at anchor, wanting to know, when is it time? Do I pull up anchor and do I move forward on this project, on this move, on this, whatever creative project or relationship? It doesn't feel relationship. I got to tell you, it feels more like a job, or like, it feels very much like a job. Okay, so we have worth and delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. So what this is saying is, get the information you need, dot the I's, cross the T's. You don't want to be delusional about it. And intention with surrender. This is, I know where it is I want to go. How I get there is open. I'm open to allowing that to happen. I'm open to seeing how that happens. I'm open to the path. I'm open. I'm adaptable, which is great. Being able to adjust as you go, because with it comes worth. You have been worthy to belong, to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So it could be that there is a community where you're wondering if you fit in. And love could be in an individual relationship. But when I'm looking at these cards, it feels more like, do I fit in with my family? Do I fit in with my friends group? Do I fit in with a community, a place I want to work? And so you knowing what you're worth is going to be very much the key. And then you'll know where you can set down the anchor and where it is that you belong, or if you need to lift anchor and move forward. And I think that's going to be very much of an individual choice for you based on whatever is happening in your current situation. All right, let's go. Gemini. All right, Gemini. So Gemini, you are currently in the situation where you are you're integrating. You're integrating from all the things that happened for you when you were in when you had the North Node going through your sign. And so, you know, like the last part of 2020 into 2021, when that North Node was in your sign, that was a lot of work. And so you've been doing the integration and figuring out where your space and place in the world is. And so now this energy is actually really supportive of the integration process for you. And so I think you benefit a lot from it. So there is communication in the heart space. Again, we have this hawk showing up here. It is definitely about communication that allows you to really figure out where you belong. Okay, in finances, we have the fox. And so the fox tells me you need to be strategic. Or there's someone around you who's being strategic and watch your back. The fox, though, is also, because it's in the space of abundance, this is really good indicator of a possibility of a really great career move on the horizon for you. And I think, you know, you may get a job offer that wants you to move. And that is something you've been struggling with. Do I move or do I not move? Watch out. Make sure it's not too good to be true. If you're signing some kind of a contract, if you have, read the fine print, whether this is like a divorce agreement or a child support agreement or a lease on a place that you're actually buying, or just be very careful, because the outcome card here, we have the fish. And up here, this is the house of the fish, but it came out with the snake. This doesn't feel good. There could be an opportunity here for you to transform your finances, yes, in which case that could be really good. This is the house of the rider, but the rider is over here in the house of the mice. And the mice is where things have been nibbling away, undermining you, taking away sneaky stuff. And so again, I really want to encourage you, because here you're thinking about a home. And so I feel like it's a big move and you've been waiting on divine timing. And the obstacle has been the community, the garden. And in the heart space, you're being encouraged to take a higher perspective. I really cannot stress enough how important, oh my gosh, the overall energy here is the coffin. This feels very much like the end of a contract, a situation, and there feels like there's lawyers involved with this bird here, and that you need to be paying attention to everything. Make sure you have a lawyer you trust. Don't sign, anything until you've gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. In the area of transformation, we have the ship. There is movement, there is change, something big. When the ship is there, it's something big, and there is a need here for you to be very, very cautious, extraordinarily cautious. I am not comfortable with this at all. This feels icky. That's a technical term. All of the good tarot readers use the technical term of icky. There you go. So let's see what we have here. Chat is disconnected. Oh, that's why nobody's chatting. For some reason, the chat's disconnected. Well, that is very unfortunate. Great. Okay, transformation. Yeah. Make sure you get what you deserve. And the only way you get what you deserve is by knowing what your sense of self-worth is. So we have the card of transformation, which is this coffin card, right? And the ship. Something big. To clarify it, we got out the deserving card. Make sure you know who you are, and what you believe in. Okay. If you are watching and you can leave me a message, I cannot tell if the chat works. I have no idea. I haven't done a live stream in so long, and they changed some of the stuff when I was trying to set it up. Okay, so thanks for helping me out if you can. The transformation. This is big. Okay. Gemini, believe in yourself. Trust your sense of worth. Venus just completed her run through your sign. She's now in Cancer. She's getting ready to move very quickly into Leo. And so that Venus energy is very important for our sense of self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. And so over the course of this explosive energy that you have going on here, this the tower is good in this, but this transformative stuff, there is somebody who is trying to not pay you enough at a new job, make you pay too much for rent, trying to decrease how much you get. Say it's a workman's comp situation, or child support, or I don't know. There's just so many things it could be. It feels very legal, and it feels very much like you need to be on your toes, and you need a good accountant, attorney, somebody to look over the finer details and make sure that you're not getting ripped off. That's what it looks like. Really, really dicey energy. All right. And now we're moving on to the fire signs, and we've got Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. This energy, there is nothing about this energy that is comfortable for Sagittarius. It's all very irritating. This is, The only good news is that that's true. The new moon is going to be in trine with your sign, and that's comfortable. But where that north node is, that is very irritating energy. So the key to the situation is chop wood, carry water. There is a need for you to either complete a cycle or to have a routine that works for you. I'm just going to get a little bit more here. Oh, wow. So a good routine, doing what needs to be done on the daily, paying attention to the little details and following through on them is going to allow you to really create what you want. So here we have the star. Here we have the stars. So this is setting your sights on a goal that you really want to attain. It is staying focused. There's a need to really stay focused and do the work every day. Show up for yourself. And so how do you do that? You want news and information to come in. You're looking for the guidance to come in. And how can you fortify yourself? It feels like financial decisions. And so how do you stop fortify yourself against these financial tumultuous times that we have going on? When you have Uranus and Taurus, this is usually about transportation disruptions, right? The flow of how we get goods to people, the food chain. We all have been experiencing. It's also about financial stuff. And so here in the area of where you've been worried and concerned, you've got the tower here, but here it looks like a fortress. So it's like trying to build this protective area around you and transforming the situation. The obstacle has been waiting. It's been the timing. It's been waiting and waiting and waiting on the timing to come in. And I do think following your intuition will help you get there. There's a lot of luck. Luck is when hard work meets opportunity. This is the real thing, is luck. It's synchronicities, it's divine timing, it's things coming in. And so really, really paying attention and not missing it. Following your intuition comes up twice. We have the moon in the action to take and the outgoing card. You have the divine feminine energy here, but she's using a pendulum. She's using a pendulum to help her to know when is the right time to move. And in case you don't know what a pendulum is, it is a divination tool that when you use it, it helps you know which direction to move in. And so here in the area of the heart space, we have the fox. The fox here, he is looking for opportunity. There is an opportunity to come in to get what you want because he's looking for the salmon. And the salmon is the fish. The fish represents abundance in these cards. And so he is looking for the opportunity to be abundant. But the key to the situation is showing up every day and doing the hard work. You got to be there for when the opportunity shows up. There is a decision, a choice point that is coming. We have here, this is the paths. This is the place where you go left, you go right, you make the choice, and you're thinking about it. But what's interesting to me is when I look at this, it always looks like an Ace of Pentacles. And because it came and it fell here in the area of finances, I think you have a choice to make about, do I do this to get financial success or do I do that? And so really trying to allow yourself the room and the opportunity to grow in that direction might help you. I'm going to pull a card here about some my financial advice. It looks like following your intuition and your guidance is going to be the best way through this energy for you. But staying focused on your dreams and your goals, that's what really matters. That's what's really going to count. That's what's going to step up for you. All right. Okay, that one too. All right, lots of advice. So much more awaits you. There will come a day when you look back at where you've been and where you are now and call these your warm-up years. More love, more fun, more friends, more laughter, more thoughts, more things, more, lots, more. This one says, do you know what it's going to feel like when the day comes when everything you want has come to pass? Stay focused on your goal and your dream. When you're living in total abundance and in perfect health, look for the fabulous with friends wherever you go. It's going to feel like, all right, what will it feel like? Feel that feeling of success. Feel that feeling of financial abundance or love or whatever it is that you want to feel it. Every day, take a few minutes in the heart space. This would be a great action to take in the heart space where you just settle into what it feels like to be successful, what it feels like to have that love, what it feels like to have that solid bank account. What does that feel like, right? And you sit in that energy and just enjoy it. And you focus then when you come out of that energy on what is the step I can take today that moves me in that direction. And if you're in alignment with what your goals and your dreams are, then everything you do should be moving you along that path. Today, you are a magnet for infinite abundance, divine intelligence, and unlimited love. And actually, this has always been true. This has always been true. That one's great because it's got all that flow. You're in flow with the divine. So, wow, really nice Really nice energy, Sag. So, all right. Let's move on. I think I saw we have Aries next, I think. Yep, Aries. And then last and certainly not least, we'll have Leo. All right, so Aries. What do we have for Aries here? I'm really sorry that you guys can't seem to chat. I don't know. I tried to set this thing up, and then it all of a sudden it turned off the camera, and it went and it said it's scheduled, and then I waited, and when the appropriate time came on, I never could figure out how to get onto it. I thought, why didn't I don't know. So not scheduling them again, just going live, and I don't know. I'll have to figure out why the chat didn't happen. Adventures in YouTube. Okay, so Aries. I do have some questions here I'm going to answer because when I put out the video yesterday on Sunday, some people left me some questions on it. So I will answer those after I do this. Wow, in the heart space, Aries, you have the card of the heart. So the key to the situation here is the heart. You've been focusing on your dreams, but it's a little ship and it's a little boy. And so it feels like you've been thinking, oh, I want to say don't play small. Don't dream small. Think big. This is infinite opportunities going on here. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So in the area of obstacles, we have the mountain. The mountain, that is the mountain house and the mountain, which means it's been a very large obstacle that feels like it's been blocking and stopping you. And so the key is holding in your heart what it is that you hope for, what it is that you're dreaming for. Because at the bottom, once again, we have the card of the desire, the star, the pointing yourself in that direction of your dream, your goal, where it is that you want to go. And it might be a long held dream, something you had from when you were a child, you really want to bring in. And here, the problem has been, I think that you've been very guarded as an adult. You're like, I'm afraid to receive. I'm afraid I won't get what I want. And people say, you shouldn't be afraid of success. Well, I don't think that as we're afraid of success so much as we're afraid we're not going to be successful. And so we pull in that energy of fear, which blocks the success, which would be why the mountain is in the mountain house. Is like literally your fear of not getting what you want is manifesting. And so if you can release that, and here we have the dog in how you transform the situation. And the dog is looking to the past when remembering your dream when you were a kid, or the small dream that needs to grow. And so being loyal to your dream. Be loyal to your dream. And it doesn't matter if your dream was something you started dreaming 6 weeks ago or 6 years ago or 60 years ago. If it's something you're really trying to manifest, what's been stopping you is that you've been afraid you're just never going to have it. And it is creating this tremendous burden for you. The action to take here, though, I want to say is to connect with spirit. Connect in, again, it's that feeling into the heart space of what it would feel like to be successful. Okay, nose is itching, definitely what it is. In the area of abundance, what I love here is you've got the 3 little hens. The thing about the hens is they will continually lay the eggs if you take good care of them. So take good care of your financial resources that you have. Your resources of time, money, energy, those things are what helps to create financial resources. So take good care of yourself physically. Take good care of your resources. Do you know where they are? Are you nurturing them? Are you not overspending? Where are you leaking money? Do you need to go in and check and see if there's stuff coming in on your credit card statement, like some kind of a recurring bill that you forgot that you had, and you don't even use it. Like sometimes we sign up for things and we're like, oh my gosh, what is this? Right? And so I think if you do that in the heart space, you get to feel financially abundant. And so again, I want to say it is feeling this energy here, and then movement. The outgoing card is movement, and that's rapid movement toward your dream. Very nice energy. And see if I can. Okay, they want to use this one. It was the one underneath. Sorry. All right, Aries. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm dyslexic, and when I read that, I thought it said alimony. I'm like, what? No, it says allowing. Totally different. Allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to the reality in any given moment. so that what's needed can come next. Say yes to your dreams. That's how you transform your situation. Say yes. Stop feeling like it's unattainable and start believing that you are limitless and you have the ability to manifest and bring in everything that you want, because you actually are. That's not a joke. That's real. Whatever you think about, whatever you believe, that is what your reality is. And so create and manifest for yourself the reality that brings to you, that draws like a big magnet to you. If it helps to visualize yourself as a magnet pulling in your dream and feeling like what it feels like to be successful in it, that would be a really great morning meditation. You could do it in the shower. It doesn't take much time at all. You could do it before you roll out of bed in the morning, just a couple of minutes, but that daily activity of really feeling what it's like to be successful and thinking nothing's going to get in my way. I'm drawing and attracting this to me. I just need to know what is the next best step. And so then figure out what that is and then do that day. And just has to be one step at a time. One step at a time is going to get you to your goal. All right, Leo. Big energy, Leo. New moon in your sign, squaring the north node and the south node, and that north node conjuncting with a fiery Mars that's feeling like, let's get things moving. Uranus, it's like, let's blow this stuff up. In Taurus, it says, I don't know. Do we have to? Do you really have to do that? Okay. The key to the situation is going to be following your intuition. Oh, and focusing on happiness. Okay. Again, look, this card always reminds me of the Six of Pentacles. It's actually the little girl in this card. It's about small dreams and also low-hanging fruit. This little girl is collecting the eggs. So she is receiving. This is the energy of receiving small things that add up to something big and important. Okay, so using your intuition, I do want to say you need to pay attention to your financial resources, because in the area of action to take, we have the mice. And the mice is about how financial stuff can just drift away from us, get stolen out from underneath us, get squandered, just slowly disappear little by little by little. And here we've got this little girl here who's collecting things little by little. And so really paying attention to your resources, really understanding where they are in I want to say it's almost as though, if you live in the north where the winter comes in, if your windows are not properly sealed, you're leaking out heat and energy, and your bill can be a lot higher than it needs to be. And so it's this energy of sealing up the small spaces to increase your own abundance. This looks really good in the area of where you've been thinking. We have the tower, looking for the security, looking for the fortress, that's the protection. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of gossip going on. So it could be people at work that are undermining you, or family members or something. There's something about it that has made it really hard for you to decide what is the next step to take. It's like you're not really getting all the information you need. And one of the things the Spirit is really showing me here is that you really need to be looking for where you can pull in your resources and keep them safe. Because here in the area of transformation, we have the anchor, and the anchor is stability. This anchor is grounded. And so this is a way to bring in some serious stability, because your future looks beautiful. Here in the area of finances, we have the flowers, the abundance. This is counting the blessings, but it's more than that. This is very much a variety of, so it's almost as though you can be abundant in multiple areas and bring in money in different ways to create this bouquet of abundance in your financial sector. In the heart space, we have the sun. It's a beautiful placement for the sun. It is open, it is shining, it is you. You guys represent the heart. and you represent the sun, and here they are together. So this is you stepping into your power, and no kidding, because look at this. We have this divine masculine emperor energy here, stepping up and standing proud and strong. And so I feel like this is, you just need to step into your power and take control of a situation that has been nickel and diming you in some way. And whether that is emotionally or financially, there's something where there's been leaking out in the gossip being here. There's a little gossipy thing going on here. I feel like people talking crap is part of the issue. So whether that's at work or within family or community, that is something that I just don't understand, people talking negative about a Leo, because when you upset a Leo and they either choose to walk away or they turn around and they swat you, either way, you don't end up feeling good about it. So I just wouldn't take out a Leo. That's me personally. All right, so let me see where I can get you a final piece of advice here of what, I'm just waiting for Spirit to tell me what your advice is. No, it's this one. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull from both, but this one, it's a new moon gateway. Let's see what you're stepping through to, because it looks really good. You have emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. You have this letting go. This is letting go of control. It's not letting go of finances. This is letting go of control. I surrender joyously into the ebb and the flow of life. Life moves in cycles, just like the moon does. And here, there you go, the star. Making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. Here in the heart space, you have the sun. When you step into your own personal power and you just surrender the situation and you don't worry about what other people are saying about you, because who cares anyway? Seriously, they don't really know you anyway. When you can adopt the attitude of what other people say and think about me is none of my business, that's when life gets a lot easier. Speaking from personal experience, it made a huge difference in my life when I just stopped caring. Part of that comes with age, which is amazing because I'm only 26. But part of it is just becoming more aware of just how really magnificent you are. And so you start counting your gifts, your talents, your skills, if that's what you need to do to make yourself understand just really how great you are. This is about you stepping into your power, because here we have the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Preparations come to fruition and movement toward adventure. There is a change coming. It is you having the courage to step through and surrender the path and allow the opportunities to come in for you, knowing who you are, believing in yourself. Really, I love that. All right. So unfortunately, chat is not working. So I am going to answer the questions that I received ahead of time. I really want to encourage on Sundays, I will, on my on Moonlit Waters, I will put out a weekly video, and that one, if you put your questions in there in case this happens again and I can't figure it out, then at least I'd be able to answer your questions. So I have a question here from Jane. It was very personal. Her brother passed, and so she was looking for a little bit of guidance about how to navigate that emotional heartache. And so Spirit asked me to use the Energy Oracle for you. When my boyfriend passed, we communicated a lot using this deck, and so it's really All right, Jane, so this is really interesting. I feel like that there are significant issues around this that are related to property, and it's creating some kind of drama in the family. We have the card of strategy, action, and victory, which is not what I would have expected on a reading about someone passing. And so I am wondering if so the action card says to bring your subconscious and your conscious mind into alignment. So really paying attention to your intuition and following along with your intuition, you're going to need to do that. The strategy card was in the reverse, which means that it's not about being strategic. It's more about being in alignment and in flow, which will allow you to get to the victory. I really wasn't expecting that. And because chat's down, I don't even know if I'm on the right page here. There is somebody who is feeling like like they're not being respected. They feel like what they really want and need, it could be, okay, so for instance, when my brother died, his wife and his current wife were a little bit at odds about how to manage some of that stuff. His ex had a child with him, his current one did not. There was some stuff. And neither of them felt like they were being respected, and both of them felt like they should have more say in what was going on. And so trying to navigate a situation where you've got intense emotions and they're really peaked is very difficult energy to work through. I do want to say that having this kindred partnership card come out, this is soulmate energy. And so really using your intuition and tapping into and listening to the heart space and trying and asking your brother what it is that he would like. What would you like? And just feel what it feels like. You can even write all the different ideas that you have for how to navigate the different things on like little note cards, like index cards. And then you put your hand on it and you say, is this what you would like me to do? And feel into it. And if it feels up and to the left, that's usually the positive energy, and down and to the right is lower negative energy. And so that would you'd stay away from that. So you have to feel into where it's coming through in that space and how do you manage this. I also think it's going to be really important because we have behind the mask that, okay, this is a lot easier for, okay, first off, you're a Cancer rising, so your intuition should be very high. But you have that Taurus and that Virgo energy, right? And so behind the mask, you can pull your, okay, when you're Cancer, you're very emotive, right? I have lots of Cancer. But when you're rising sign, that's your personality, that's what comes out. And I think this is where you need to pull it back and really go into that Taurus sun where you can be a little more stoic and a little bit more in control. And just, we have the honoring path, which is again the victory card. And so if you can pull back a little and try to see things from other people's perspective, I think you're going to figure out how to navigate what looks like diverse ideas on what to do and how to handle things. And most importantly, love never dies. And so remembering that you are all loved, and that if you're operating through love and making choices and decisions based on what would love do in this situation, because no matter what your brother felt on this side of the veil, when you get on the other side of the veil, all you feel is love. And so really going for the highest good of all and navigating the situation by saying, what would love do? Which means that you may do something that feels to you like it's not correct, it's not right, it's not fair. But doing this brings flow to the situation. And in that case, love is always in flow. When there's blocks and stops, it's not in flow. That's not love. And so allowing things to just flow. There's a rainbow. I never noticed this before. There's a rainbow in the back, and we've got the lighthouse, which kind of feels like that beacon of light from your brother, and the rainbow bridge there. And so I feel like it's really important to know that he's with loved ones, and he loves you guys, and he wants you to act with love. And if it's going to cause more animosity, try to avoid it. You can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do, but choose to work from a place and a space that is love. I hope that was helpful. If it's not, I will put my email in the description box when this video comes out in a couple hours, and you can email me for clarification. I'll be happy to pull some cards and send you back an email. All right, so the Science of Magi asked a couple of questions. I kind of reworded them so that they will be good for the collective. And one of them is, what can we do to increase the light right now? What can we do to increase the light? And this deck was it's the Sacred Light Oracle by Anna Stark that Spirit guided me to for this one. What can we do in our lives to increase the light right now? So we have Melchizedek, indecision, ego-based action, and lifestyle change. Okay, Melchizedek is saying, don't act from the ego, act from, again, what would love do in order to create a change in your life. To increase the light, it is about doing things from a higher perspective and seeing what it is that love would do. We have the celestial channel, remaining optimistic but staying neutral, right? And so this is that taking the higher perspective, taking the higher road, elevating above the situation and looking at it from a very neutral standpoint, and then making choices and decisions based on love. The more love we put out into the world, the more we can increase the amount of light that comes in. Light, darkness cannot stand before the light. It can't. So the more we shine our inner light, our inner love out into the world, the stronger that light grows. The other question by the Science of the Magi was, what does our inner child need right now? For this, I'm going to use the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck. Kuan Yin is very much about nurturing and loving and caring for our inner child. We have Chiron and Jupiter both in Aries right now. They're both in retrograde. Well, Jupiter turns retrograde on the 28th. And this is about definitely going back and healing energies around the inner child. She tames by lying down the staff and the rope. Wow, Spirit's got the same message here. What would love do? So it is through gentleness. It is through releasing and letting go of the crap that happened to us when we were kids. These are things that definitely are really hard, and they stick with you. Things that happened to you before you were 8 years old, they really do color so much of your emotional baggage that you carry forward into not just your relationship with your siblings or your parents, but also into your relationships with the significant others and your children. And so when you can release and let go of, when you can forgive, and I found in my life that forgiving myself first was way harder than forgiving everybody else afterwards. So when we forgive ourselves for the choices and decisions we make that were not necessarily great, and it doesn't matter what arena that happened. And when you learn how to forgive yourself, then you look at with different eyes what your siblings did, what your parents did, what happened to you as a child, things that may have been other people outside of the nuclear family, and what happened, and the things that bring in the negative and difficult energies that we carry forward, and we have to somehow work our way through in order to find ourselves back into the heart space of self-love. So when we choose ourselves, when we choose to love ourselves first, when we understand that we're just divine creator, joyful little sparks and things that happen to us can, it's almost like, what is it? Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let shine, is like hide it under a bushel. No, right? And it's like this little light that we bring in, and then all these things start happening, and it starts covering up the light. And so this is about kicking that off and allowing our light to shine again in joy and in happiness. So what brings in the joy? What brings in the happiness? And a lot of times what happens is that there gets to be such a blockage in the heart. My heart chakra right now is so tight from this conversation. So there's a lot of people that it is about opening up the heart chakra. I will link below in the description box to this, the violet flame meditation. I find this very useful. I have had to do a lot of inner child work. And so allowing yourself to feel like you are lying in, just lay down and ask Saint Germain and Archangel Zedekiel to come in, and to and feel like all the pain in your heart is just, you go in and you pick something up and you go, wow, that really hurt. And then you hand it to one of them and watch as they toss it into the purple flame, and then watch as it turns into a diamond sparkly white light, and allow yourself to transmute. And you do this by going into what really hurt and then handing it off. Just releasing and letting go. It is such, and it will take time, and it's the kind of healing that happens in layers. It is really hard to heal the inner child overnight. It is hard to do it even within a year's time. It will take a few cycles, and as you cycle around the energy, you go a little deeper, you clear a little more, you come a little lighter, a little brighter, and more in tune and in tap with who you are. And so this is something that becomes a necessary part. And so when you know this is happening, when you feel yourself getting a little low, and it's probably based on something that's hitting your chart, then this is a good time to go in and do a little bit of this work, to go in and say, you know, my sibling did this and it really sucked, and I'm going to give that to you. This, you know, my parents, you know, did this, and you hand it off. And you just watch while they throw it into the purple flame, and then allow it to dissolve into sparkly diamond light that fills your aura, fills up the world, but you become lighter and brighter from it. So I hope that was helpful. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry that we didn't get to chat. I don't know how to fix that, but I will try. And you have a great week. I will be back with the weekly overview. If you have not checked out the one now, it is on my YouTube channel. And then on Facebook, at Moonlit Waters, it's an open group. You can come in, and I do daily readings to help you navigate the energy each day. All right, you guys take really good care. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up, and I will talk to you soon.